It's finally here.
Press start to play.
After nearly a year's worth of rumors and anticipation, worries and hopes, the Super Mario 3D All-Stars collection arrives this week on Nintendo Switch, and I am oozing with enthusiasm, and I can't decide which game to play first. So this week we're deep diving into each of the 3 tentpole titles to try and figure out which one is most special. And I'm going to share with you why these games are important and what they mean to me. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Smash that like button if you're pumped for Mr. Mario arriving in all of his 3D glory on your Switch later this week, and let me know in the comments down below which game you think deserves to be played first. Today we're making a case for one that changed my life. Imagine being a kid and playing a 3D game for the first time. Imagine popping in the Mario 64 cartridge and seeing 3 dimensions of video gaming. It blew my mind. This is a game that lets you race a penguin, get bullied by an angry monkey, and climb an infinite staircase for an hour and go absolutely nowhere. Yes, Mario 64 houses many secrets, but it also is revolutionary in how it changed video games and especially platformers forever. This is 3D gaming at its greatest, at its inception. And yes, titles have come a ton farther since Mario 64, but this castle, this game, these 15 levels are miraculous, and I'm telling you, the vibes, the enthusiasm I get when I run into the castle, stare into Bomb-On Battlefield, and jump through the painting to be greeted with 6-star prompts and a 7th for 100 coins, the game is legendary. In each level, you'll collect 6 stars, plus, like I said, a 7th for 100 coins. And they've got these objectives that help direct you, and make it almost feel like mini linear levels within a bigger open level. And that was the cream of the crop design that Miyamoto implemented here in Mario. We were used to playing Mario back in Mario Brothers and Mario World, running from start to finish. All of a sudden, these levels are circular. There is no specific end, but the star goals helped you progress in a way that made sense. Since then, the games have expanded even more, and Mario Odyssey is far more flexible than 64, but part of me loves how dedicated they were to these little storylines. You'd race the penguin in Cool Mountain. You'd have to get back at that bullying monkey up on the tall mountain, and Tiny Huge Island, don't even get me started. Each of the levels holds a special place in my heart, except for Jolly Roger Bay. I don't like that one at all. But there's also so many secrets to find in the castle, the portrait that changes from Peach to Bowser, Peach's secret slide, and goodness gracious, the legend of Yoshi atop the castle. 120 stars in total, 15 levels, and then 15 secret stars if you got them all, and you somehow got to the top. The little green dino was there waiting, and I remember playground rumors about could you ride him, could you play as him, was he even there? I'm not going to spoil it. If you haven't ever got to the end of Mario 64, you absolutely should seek out all 120 stars. It's quite an achievement. And then find out if Yoshi is there for the ride. I remember getting my N64 from my uncle. He worked at Best Buy. He hooked me and my brother up at launch, and we loved Mario 64 so much. Many of Mario's noises, sounds, phrases, and just mannerisms come from this game, because previously, Mario didn't say much.
It's me, Mario.
In fact, he really didn't say anything. But here you get So Long Ye Bowser, you get Let's Pickle, you get all sorts of screams, yells as he drops into the lava, hunts the rabbits, dives, triple jumps, and soars in the skies. Different hats, and of course, the face minigame. Mario 64 is nothing without the face minigame, and I encourage you to spend at least your first 5 minutes with the Mario 3D All-Stars collection playing with Mario's face. It'll take you back to a time when gaming was simpler, but it got so much better with the introduction of 64. I made my own strategy guide in school. I'm a first grader and I'm drawing out the levels and maps, and then I come home one day and my N64 is gone. My little gray box of pleasure and promise has vanished. My mom thought me and my brother played too much Mario 64, so she returned the N64 to Best Buy, and I was mortified. My life felt like it was in shambles, and me and Mario had the worst breakup imaginable. My heart was in tatters, and I could not go on. Somehow, my little conniving self managed to convince my mom that it was important that I had this N64, and eventually I got it back, alongside Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, but that anniversary is next year. Today, it's all about the mustachioed man, and some of my favorite moments of gaming come from 64, and it's such a great place to start because it's the oldest title in the collection, and it was Mario's first 3D adventure, as we've touched on numerous times. This game lets you jump into paintings and discover the level behind. It lets you rocket with cannons across aisles tiles in the sky, don hats to gain powers, swim below the surface, slide on shelves, and climb a pyramid, also spot a little bit of Nessie, and navigate a mysterious boo-filled haunted house. It is absolutely magical, and it takes me so far back to a childhood where everything was bright and brilliant, and I cannot wait to experience it again with you guys later this week. You gotta give this game some love. The reasons for not starting here are pretty obvious. It is the oldest, it controls probably the most obscure, and it is square. It wasn't stretched like Sunshine or Galaxy. Yes, they've touched up the resolution, but this game still looks pretty old. I think there's a charm to that. I think if you look across the levels, you'll see that there's a lot of ingenuity and design, unique, special brilliance, as they took all sorts of different lands underwater, right? Fortresses, lava, grass, mountains, high, low, snow, and in between, and delivered a ton of very unique challenges. Some of them are a little bit kooky, but most of them are really, really enjoyable. And the enemy variety here is on full display with thwomps and womps and monkeys, like I mentioned. That dude at Tall Tall Mountain. I grew up on Super Mario World, Super Mario Bros. 3, Uniracers, Donkey Kong Country. Imagine being 7 or 8 years old and climbing the Tall Tall Mountain, seeing a cute little monkey wanting to just say hello, and then he steals your cap. Mario lost his cap so many times in this game, and that's one of the things that I remember being such a struggle, getting my cap back. And this monkey, he was elusive. I'm diving, I'm falling off the mountain. It was a nightmare, but at the same time, the challenge here is what formed me into the gamer I am today. And I think the same is true for many in my age bracket. Mario 64 taught us and trained us how to play games in 3D. It taught us about accomplishing goals in more open environments, and it taught us about expecting the unexpected. That staircase I mentioned, how many of you who've played this game spent minutes, maybe even hours, climbing the staircase only to never reach the top? There were secrets, there were tricks, and as I mentioned, a lot of playground rumors. Some were intense, like Yoshi on top of the castle, and some were a little simpler, like staring into the sun in the castle main lobby and seeing yourself emerge in a new level that did not exist, except when you stared straight into the sun. They had so much they could play with in this new 3D world, and we see them build upon it with Sunshine and Galaxy, and eventually Mario Odyssey. The structure has remained similar, but it has definitely evolved and changed. I feel like 64 is the most pure of the 3D Marios. Yes, there's the least going on, but at the same time, there's the least going on. There's a reason why Mario 3D World is possibly my favorite in this franchise, because it finds a way to utilize 3D mechanics but still keep the simplicity and the purity of 2D goals. I like Mario 64 because it does have those goals. And let's not forget the boss battles. What would a Mario game be without Bowser? Previously, defeating Bowser involved jumping over his head. That's not very cool or exciting. Here in 64, you had to give yourself calluses as you spun the 64 controller stick to toss him into the bombs, blow up the arena, and eventually seize the day. How many hours I spent spinning this Bowser, and then he'd just flop. Spinning this Bowser, and then I'd throw him off the stage, but not into a bomb, and soon I mastered it and was able to effectively toss Bowser. So long ye Bowser, straight into the bombs, blow him up, and beat that boss. It was so cool to see Bowser actually massive. It was so cool to see Bowser really, really dominatingly devious and difficult. And it was such a fun way to utilize an analog stick for me for the very first time. You cannot ignore how important and revolutionary this game was from a control standpoint and from a visual standpoint, from an idea standpoint, and just from a blow your mind, this is what games can be standpoint. So I don't blame you if you want to start with Sunshine or Galaxy. Look, Sunshine is probably like the most underrated and kind of obscure of the bunch, given the Flood and Delfino Isle and all the different characters. Galaxy is really good and involves an interesting mechanic as you orbit around all sorts of planets, and it's the most new and fresh. It looks the most modern. So I see how 64 could slip beneath the cracks, especially because it is square, and that really bothers me. If there was one game I wanted to get a remaster or even a remake, it was 64. It needs it the most, and I think it would be much more appealing to today's youth if it looked the part. It doesn't. But please don't sleep on this classic. Even if you just enter the castle, jump around a little bit, explore Bomb Battlefield, and race the Koopa to the top. You don't even have to race the Penguin. Although I definitely recommend you take on that challenge. It's so satisfying when you get to the bottom and know that you are the sliding king. At least give it a go and see what gaming was all about when the N64 launched and when 3D was brand new. We take so much for granted now. These games look so incredibly beautiful. Nintendo titles are shockingly vibrant and vivacious. Animal Crossing is beautiful. Mario Odyssey is ridiculously good looking. Breath of the Wild is painterly beyond our wildest 2D dreams. And yet at one point, these polygons and this playful face was the best we had. It was revolutionary, it was top of the heap, and it was remarkable. So that's Mario 64, a game that means so much to me and means a lot to Mario fans around the world. If you're a little bit younger or never had a chance to play this original 3D adventure, you gotta give it a go in the 3D All-Stars collection. It'll help set the stage for what's to come in Sunshine, Galaxy, and eventually Odyssey, or if you've already played Odyssey, then you'll be able to see where it all began. It's square, it's simple, it's got some of the best moments Mario has ever made, and it's why this man is as popular as he is today. For so many 20-somethings and 30-somethings, it's why I love Nintendo. It's why I made SwitchForce, and it's why I'm here with you, about to stream the 3D All-Stars collection on Thursday, early, together. So make sure to subscribe, smash that like button if you're pumped. Let me know your take in the comments down below. Which game do you want to play first out of these amazing three? We're collecting the stars, we're grabbing the shines, and we're soaring, because Mario is magical, and this collection is the one. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart out there. I love you so much, and until next time, have a fantastic rest of your day. SwitchForce out.
So long, Bowser!